Well, it's time to look at a Canterbury Scene album. I don't really dive too deeply into the Canterbury scenes, and I think it's time to change that. And this album's been getting a lot of recognition, so let's get into it. Zopp, self-titled debut album, and I think it's Zopp. It's either Zopp or Zoop. One or the other. It's weird spelling. It's the brainchild of the multi-instrumentalist of Ryan Stevenson, and we got a lot of prominent figures helping him out on this. The main one is Andy Tillotson from The Tangent, but I also really love the fact that Theo Travis is on here. Theo has done a lot of really great work with The Tangent, Flower King, Steven Wilson, and so we've got some really heavy-hitting talent on this album to kind of back it up. It is a purely instrumental Canterbury Scene album, and I was really looking forward to this because the Prog Archives has listed this as one of the best albums of the year, and I finally got into it and finally had a chance to sit down, and overall, I'm not all that excited about the actual music that's found on here. After multiple listens, I've held off doing a review for this album because I was waiting for something to come about. I was waiting for something to really grab me, to hook me, and nothing ever did. This is the type of progressive rock music that I would put on like a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon. This is like a comfort food album. Like, this is a very comfortable comfort album. I talked a little bit about this style of music when I was reviewing Granopho, the album that I have behind me, and that very comfort, very familiar. Nothing's really explored or pushed in terms of the boundaries of the music. It's all very comfortable, familiar. You like when you sit down and actually listen to this music, and if you've listened to a lot of progressive rock, there's nothing really that challenges, there's nothing really that changes form. It's just kind of free-flowing, free thought, jazzy style of pleasant music, and which is fine. And sometimes you really need that. Like, I know I really need this style of music when I need a chill out, when I need to turn off my brain, when I don't really need to think about anything. This is the type of music that I would put on. That's really all I can say. Like, all these songs really do bleed into one another, even though there is a very clear stop and start for a lot of these tracks. And outside of maybe V, the 6th track, none of the really tracks stand out. And it's a real shame that, so many prominent musicians are kind of treated like a backup band. Now, one of the upsides to this album is that no moment really drags. No moment really takes me out of the music. I don't feel like I'm ever bored. I don't feel like the music's ever staying for too long. Everything's kind of where it needs to be when it needs to be there, which, it kind of also, I don't know, lessens a little bit of the fact. I do love and appreciate the different styles, and I do like the different instrumental pieces on here. Like, we're not all keyboard led. It's not all Mellotron led. There's not all electric guitars. Like, there's a vast array of sounds and music styles that are found on this album. But other than that, there's nothing really to talk home about. Like, I really wish there was something else to really dive in and sink my teeth into, but at the end of the day, this album just is pleasant. I hate to say the word, but generic, modern, progressive rock. There's enough good going on for this album for me to actually recommend it, because I do recommend it for anybody that's looking for this style of music, but I'd honestly recommend the album that I have behind me more, Granopho. At least there, the composition of music's a little bit more sophisticated. This is just several pleasant passages of serenic, pastoral music. Again, I really wish I had more to say about this album, but I just don't. So yeah, this is a stream. This is one that I still put on. I still enjoy. I still get enjoyment out of the album. But that's about it. That's about it for Zopp's first debut album, I guess. Let's try that again. That's about it for Zopp's first album. What did you guys think? I know a lot of people are really enjoying this album and really getting into it, so let me know of your own thoughts about this by commenting down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, you guys are definitely the best. And until next time, notes out.